Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is David, this is David K Reacts, and today I'm actually not reacting. This video is a channel update. I'm hoping to keep relatively brief, but I do have a few things I want to go through. But I'm recording this immediately after my 1 year anniversary reaction and analysis, which was to Jeff Castellucci's House of the Rising Sun. That's just happened. I've just left the premiere and I went upstairs, made a cup of coffee, changed my shirt, and I'm back down again recording. And I wanted to talk about a year of this channel and what I'm thinking about it going forwards, because I don't think I imagined when I started doing this that I would be here a year later reacting. It was, if anyone doesn't know the story, in brief, a friend sent me Voice Play's Wicked Medley, said, I want to see what you think of this, but I live in a different continent. Please video your reaction and send it to me. I'd been thinking about reacting on YouTube as just a fun side gig, and so 2 and 2 made 4.5. And without really any preparation, I just recorded a reaction and threw it on YouTube, and it went well. I was lucky, I think, that I joined, sort of started out doing this with such a supportive community as the Voice Play one. And there are many supportive communities that I post reactions and analyses for, but I felt so welcomed, it inspired me to do a few more. And here I am a year later, and I've looked at lots of amazing groups and a bunch of amazing new artists I never would have found, and a couple that I knew, and I've looked at different work of. And it's just been a truly extraordinary experience. I can't believe it's been a year, but I also can't believe it's only been a year. And I think that's a good feeling when you're kind of feeling both of those things at the same time. It kind of means you're having fun and things are just moving along. Yeah, it's been very, very extraordinary. I will say it's really hard. It's a comment that gets made on the Voice Play Discord and on the Voice Play Project Discord that we set up for that project. A fair amount is how hard it must be for reactors not to want to binge everything. And it really is, especially for new artists. And I'm just like, I want to hear everything, but I also want content that I can respond to and put videos up for. And I could just do analyses, but I think a lot of people are here just for the reactions, and so I want to make sure I provide them. So yeah, that's been an interesting challenge. It's slow going getting through the portfolio. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to be showing much in this video, but I do want to show you folks. This is my to-do list right now. This is all the songs I have written down that I still have to react to. That's 428 rows in a Google spreadsheet. Each one of them is an individual song. So that's only the stuff that has been mentioned to me. That doesn't include the entire back catalogues of Voice Play and Home Free and Pentatonics, which are just by default on my list. But it's slow going for someone who only produces one video a week, which is what I normally do. We're just coming out of Halloween, I suspect, based on when I think I'm probably going to release this. And I've been doing 2 videos a week, but that's because it's a theme month, and every now and then I do one of those. It's been a while, but I like to be able to do that now and then, but it's hard. And the reason that I do this, and I think I wanted to kind of talk about this for a split second, bear with me for getting serious for a sec. I would love to be able to record more than I do. I would love to be able to put out more responses and reactions and analyses than I do, but I just don't have time. I have a full-time job and side gigs to support myself, and this is not something I'm doing as a career at this point. I do get, there's some very generous donors who donate on my Buy Me a Coffee page, and I do get money from YouTube ad revenue, but it's not a crazy amount. And I'm not turning this into a career yet. This is a side gig for me. It's one I absolutely love. It's a key part of my life right now. It's really, it's keeping me centered, and it's giving me something to enjoy doing that's really creative for me. Even if it's creative analysis rather than creating something from the ground up. But it's hard for me to do much more than I can, and so it's tough. I will get to things that you've recommended, I promise. It's just going to take me a while. But, that said, I try and cover as much as I can. I want to keep everybody engaged. If you're a Pentatonic supporter and those are the only reactions you want to see from me, well, I want to make sure you're getting something from me fairly regularly, and I think it averages roughly every 6 or 7 weeks from me, I think. I haven't actually checked that. But the way that I work is I have a rotation, essentially. I it starts for me just because it's a cornerstone kind of that's easy to latch onto. It starts with voice play, and once I've done a voice play reaction and analysis, I go through a bunch of others. I try and do a Home Free, a Pentatonix. Currently, I'm doing Paddy Cake, and maybe another group or two that I've come to regularly, and then hopefully another artist who's new to the channel, maybe two of those, and Jeff Castellucci as well always comes into that rota, and then I go back to voice play and my rotation starts again. So that's how I roughly measure it out. And maybe sometimes I will only do the regulars and I'll restart the rotation just to get through a few more quickly. But that's the rough plan of how I do things, and that's why groups like Sabaton, Small Town Titans, they come in every now and then because I'm still trying to appeal to the core audience that has been supporting me for a while. That said, last thing I wanted to say, and then I have just a few cool sort of statistics to share with you. But I did want to say I am grateful to you all for supporting the channel because it is helping me too. I am learning how I view music and video by doing this. I am also learning how to analyze both of those things significantly better. I see and hear things and find details that I love that I wouldn't have heard a year ago, and I'm really grateful for that because that's enhanced my enjoyment of these things immensely, so that's great. I'm not going to go deep into analytics, but there were some really cool things that popped up that I thought were just fun to share because, this is a year of my channel, and it's not a conventional reaction channel with sort of videos somewhere between 8 and 15 minutes, and I think longer videos, that's not fair. A lot of reaction channels go up to 20, 25, even up to half an hour. I tend to start at 45 minutes for the most part, or 40 minutes. So I'm aware that my videos are long. And nevertheless, I've still got some really cool numbers to share. 153,000 views on my channel so far. That's amazing. I feel, it probably isn't a lot for a reaction channel that's putting content out every couple of days and it's in a more digestible size. But for me, that feels phenomenal. And that is and this blew my mind, 80 individual songs or medleys or, whatever it happens to be, however they're arranged, but 80 individual videos. Some of them are mix and match, like the Aka Top 10 Disney Heroes, Sidekicks and Villains from VoicePlay were all in one video. But I'm counting them as 3 individual songs, or medleys in this case. 80 of them. That's really kind of cool. 34,500 watch hours. That's how long people have spent watching me. That's really remarkable. 2,225 subscribers at the time of recording, which is about 1 p.m. And, that's a pretty phenomenal number for me. I'm confusing myself because I just realized I started saying 2 different things at once. I am writing this with these statistics at about 1 p.m. on October the 16th. So my channel anniversary at time of writing hasn't happened yet. So it's possible that number's jumped a bit. And certainly by the time this video gets released. It's not as I'm recording it. I'm recording this after the reaction. Hopefully that makes sense. I've also had a video cross 10,000 views. Disturbed Sound of Silence, which I covered a while ago. 10,000, almost 10,500 views now, and climbing. There's a couple that I have in the 7,500 range, and I think, again, for longer videos, that's amazing. I do have a couple that haven't done as well, and they tend to be the more experimental ones. I did just an analysis because I couldn't react to it because I'd heard it before many times, but just an analysis to Porch, the final piece of music from Infinity War before the credits, and that one hasn't done so well. I also did a couple of more experimental ones, one where I sort of broke down and analysed the song structure for Stray Gods, a role-playing musical, where you actually get to change a song in the middle in terms of lyrics, rhythm, melody, instrumentation. All you can change those by the choices you make in this game. And also I did one looking at the missing lore and analysing the missing lore from Denis Villeneuve's Dune, Part 1. Which I originally did because I thought Part 2 was coming out this Christmas and now it's not. That's fine. But yeah, so there's a few experimental things I've tried, and there will be more of those. I am going to be doing more experimental videos, and I'll just talk briefly about them in a second. 71% of my views, and this I think will surprise very few people, are from the US, the UK, Sweden, Germany, and Canada. And I think there's a lot of, the groups that I support have a lot of followings in those countries, so it makes sense. 59.1% of my views are from the US, and that doesn't surprise me at all. What is great for me, 20% of my subscribers have clicked on the notification bell and said, please tell me every single time David posts a video. That's really cool. Thank you. That's like over 400 people have done that. And that's awesome. Thank you so much for your support. And thank you to every subscriber for supporting my channel. And on that note, if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. It would be really, if I've done a single video that you've enjoyed, it would be so helpful, because it doesn't cost you anything. All it means is I pop up on your feed on YouTube. And if you click the bell that says notifications, or it's next to the subscribe button, you can just tell YouTube, don't tell me when David posts. I'll show up in your feed, but you won't get a notification. Or you can say, tell me every time David posts. But those subscriptions go a long way towards promoting my channel to other people, so that other people can enjoy what you have hopefully enjoyed. And 73.4% of my videos are from non-subscribers. So, yeah, as I say, if you've enjoyed even a single video of mine, please do consider subscribing to the channel. And then just a few things about going forwards, and I would love some input on these. I am going to start adding titles to my thumbnails, I think. YouTube spits out, weekly reviews to us creators saying this is what's happened and blah, blah, blah. And one time it spat up, how do you think your thumbnails are attracting people compared to other people who do what you do? And it showed my thumbnail for one of my videos in a ring of 8 other reactors' videos. And I realized mine was the only one that didn't have writing on it. And I realized with my channel titles being reaction to and analysis of such and such a piece of music, you don't necessarily know what the title is if you're seeing it in shorthand on a phone. So I'm going to start putting those on the videos. Maybe as soon as the next video after Halloween, because I doubt I'm releasing this until just after Halloween. I'm not sure, but I do want to start doing that. I think it might be helpful to people to see what it is I'm responding to. I do think the reaction to and analysis of is an important thing for me to say, because I want people to understand I'm not just reacting to a 3-minute video for 45 minutes, but also that I do react. It's not just this long form analysis. I actually do react as well. You see my first view of the music in 99% of my videos, and then I analyze it and break it down. So if you're just after a reaction to a video, watch the first quarter of one of my videos and you'll be good. But I do interrupt that second time around. That was the other thing I was going to say. Like, I want people to be aware I will interrupt my the second time I watch and pause the video lots and talk about it. More different videos are coming. I've got a scripted one planned that I've just talked about before, analysing the music and story construction of a particular video game. And I've got others to come. We just had one, this channel anniversary video that's just happened as I'm recording this. Angie Woolard analysed with me. And that was wonderful, and I hope that you folks enjoyed that, and I'm sure I'll know by the time this comes out, but please let me know if you'd like Angie to come on again, because we had a blast recording that. I'm thinking I'm going to add a stinger, and I've come up with a rough one, and I'm interested to know what you folks think, so I figured I'd try it here. I'm going to put it right now. Music and video analysis with David K. Reacts. David Reacts. Put down in the comments what you think. Did you enjoy that? I realized it's something other reactors do that I don't. I don't have a stinger for my channel, so let me know if that caught your ear, if you enjoyed it, and maybe I'll put it in future videos. And then there's the one slight downer note on this, and it's a downer for me. It makes me sad, which is I am not going to be able to continue responding to every comment. Those of you who are used to me doing that will have noticed over the last couple of months I haven't been. Life got busy. It's one reason I reacted to so much Halloween stuff in advance, was I knew I had the time to do it. And life has got busy and is going to be busy for a little while, and I think most people would prefer that I continue making content than responding to every comment. I wish I could. I've really enjoyed engaging, and people have said, I love that you engage with us and you don't just say, thanks for watching, you engage with my comments on your videos. And I wanted to do that for as long as I could. And unfortunately, I think it's just a part of a channel growing. I've got to the point now, I sat down for 2 hours the other day and had an absolute blast responding to some comments. And I didn't even get through 2 videos worth. I will try and like and thumbs up videos and things like that. I haven't even been doing that recently, and I'm sorry. Again, over the last couple of months, you may have noticed you're not even really getting those from me. and I apologize for that. It's just been a hard time to be doing too much extra, and so I'd rather use that time to get my weekly reaction out, and I hope you understand. I will try and respond to a few things here and there, and I will read, and I do read, every single comment that gets left on my videos. I just won't be able to engage as much as I used to. And for that, I'm sorry, because I've really enjoyed it, and I hoped I could carry it on for a little longer, but I've got to the point where it's just not practical anymore. And even though I don't edit my videos much, I might take out if I spend 30 seconds researching something, or if I trip over my own tongue, or if there's a huge background noise that's really intrusive, or something like that. But otherwise, it's really just me adding supplemental comments or things that I pick up, because I watch them through to also make sure I don't sound like a complete idiot, and I might catch something I missed and make a note of it. But yeah, it all takes time, and I'm afraid that producing the videos is all the time I really have right now. So I hope you understand. Last question is Patreon. This is something a few folks have asked me about, and for the same reasons I just described, I wasn't really thinking about doing Patreon because I don't think I can commit to the additional content that I feel like Patreon requires in order for patrons of people to feel satisfied. And I don't want to start a Patreon and then have people going, oh, but I'm not getting any value from it. I want you to have value. And Buy Me a Coffee has been doing me very well so far, for those folks who've decided to support me. What I did wonder, and I want your thoughts on this, I'm toying with the idea of doing a Patreon that just has a single support level of $1 or $2, that those who want to support my channel in some small way can just sign up to that Patreon and just support me at the smallest level. And it wouldn't be for any additional perks. It would just be for support. And there are people who regularly buy me a coffee, and that's great, but this would be a bit more kind of fire and forget if that's something you would like to do. Let me know in the comments as well. What do you think about that? Is that something that interests you? Yeah, food for thought. Anyway, that's it for now. More coming very soon in terms of my videos. There'll be another one coming out this coming Friday. I don't know what day that's going to be because I don't know how quickly this is coming out. But it will be this coming Friday, whatever Friday that is. But yeah, thank you for watching. And I hope this has given you some idea of A, how much I enjoy this. B, how cool it is that I think the channel is growing as much as it is. And C, what I'm thinking about doing with it in the future. Feel free to ask questions in the comments if you have any. And thank you for your continued support, especially if you're still here watching me ramble after 16 minutes, 17 minutes. I really appreciate it. Take care. Thank you so very much. Have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in whatever video is coming next. Bye for now.